Luca Brasi actor Lenny Montana was nervous to meet Marlon Brando. Luca Brasi actor Lenny Montana was nervous to meet Marlon Brando. Several of Coppola's family members make a cameo appearance. Several of Coppola's family members make a cameo appearance. Actors were paid much less back then. Actors were paid much less back then. Each film begins with a celebration. James Caan's cameo in part Roman II was as lucrative as his entire whole role in part I. James Caan's cameo in part Roman II was as lucrative as his entire whole role in part I. Robert Duvall was asked to reprise his role in part Roman III. Robert Duvall was asked to reprise his role in part Roman III. Al Pacino allegedly became a little money hungry after part I. Al Pacino allegedly became a little money hungry after part I. That horse head in the first film was a little too real. Coppola almost didn't direct the second film. Coppola almost didn't direct the second film. The Godfather Part Roman II used subtleties to accurately represent older Vito. The Godfather Part Roman II used subtleties to accurately represent older Vito. Don Vito's Bulldog appearance was very important to Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando wanted Don Corleone to look just like a bulldog, so he stuffed his cheeks with cotton wool for the audition. During the actual production, he wore a mouthpiece made by a dentist. It's on display in the American Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York. Brando spent 3 hours in makeup every day being fitted with the steel-barred dentures that sat below and in front of his lower teeth, with blobs of resin at either end to give him that iconic jawline. Lee Strasberg didn't join the Godfather Part Roman II cast easily. Lee Strasberg came out of retirement to play Hyman Roth after being specifically requested by Al Pacino. He was unwilling at first, but agreed to do it after a 45-minute meeting with Coppola's father, Carmine Coppola. He then became ill during shooting, but instead of delaying production, they rewrote his character to be an ailing old man. Early test audiences didn't like The Godfather Part Roman II. Early test screenings of the film received very negative reactions from the audience. It didn't help that the film was so anticipated that it was greenlit before the first installment was even released. Audiences found cutting back and forth between Michael and young Vito confusing and bothersome. Francis Ford Coppola and his editors decided to decrease the frequency of the transitions in order to make the parallel stories easier to follow. They were still editing the film up until the week of its release. Source: IMDb. Oranges signify death. In the first film alone, there are almost a dozen examples, including 2 during the iconic wedding scene. Clemenza drinks from a jug of wine with orange slices floating in it, while telling Paulie to do his job. Clemenza later takes Paulie out to be killed for not doing his job. Then, when Sonny runs off to have sex with Lucy Mancini, there is a shot of his wife gesturing with her hands. In front of her is a dish of oranges. Sonny is of course killed later in the film. Production designer Dean Tavoularis claims it was a coincidence that the fruit was used to brighten up an otherwise darkly shot film. But it occurs far too many times throughout the 3 movies for it not to have been done intentionally. Source: The Godfather Wiki.
There were zipper-based reshoots in Part Roman II.
The actors in the flashback scenes wore seemingly period-appropriate pants with zippers. However, one of the musicians pointed out that the zipper had not been invented at that time, so some scenes had to be reshot with button-fly trousers.
That was Coppola's spaghetti sauce recipe.
The scene where Clemenza makes spaghetti sauce is in the novel, while the actual recipe is not. In the movie, Clemenza gives us the recipe as he cooks. The DVD commentary explained that the recipe came from Francis Ford Coppola himself. He joked that in case the movie flopped, at least people would know how to make a great spaghetti sauce. Source: The Urban Possum.
Marlon Brando was crowned Mighty Moon King on set.
Sure, the movie was tense, but the set seemed like a blast. Marlon Brando, James Caan, and Robert Duvall spent nearly the entire filming process trying to outmoon one another. Butts were consistently exposed on set until Brando showed his backside in the middle of the huge wedding reception scene. The others admitted defeat, even presenting Brando with a belt buckle emblazoned with Mighty Moon King. Source: Shortlist.
The cat wasn't in the original script.
The cat wasn't in the original script.
The word mafia is never used in the first film.
The word mafia is never used in the first film.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.